kékeré Ìjẹ̀bú owó ni, owó ni, àgbà Ìjẹ̀bú owó ni. Anyway, I use that as my tea break. So let's move forward a bit. Friends, I was going to tell you about the Ondo State APC Egbekegbe's primaries that became a very, in fact, the primaries, APC Egbekegbe's governorship primary in Ondo State was conducted by Yeye Bello's antelope protege, Ododo, and it's a controversy. So the current governor, the former deputy governor to Aketi, was that Lucky Ayedatiwa? So he's the current governor who succeeded Akeredolu. Now he wants to be governor properly. So of course they had to rig it for him. So I'm not going to take you into all of that, but there's something I want to show you. How people will continue to enable the criminals who will come back and deal with them. You see, when they talk about delegates and then they talk about, selecting their candidates, this particular one in 2024 is so similar to what I saw sometimes some way back online, 14 years ago, 2010, 2011 in Nigeria. They were counting these were supposed to be the people and who they are voting for. Okay, now look at this.
305, 303, 409, 420, 480, 500, 561, 562, 563, 564, 565, 668, 669, 670, 671, 672, 673, 677.
They have just about 30 people on the queue, but they are already counting 676. Only for them to be there and do all of that. And then they will come back and become this. This is why you shouldn't pity people who ended up like this, because a lot of them contributed to this too, right? You know Lege, or Omo President, Lege, Miami. He made a video. After they put their criminal leaders in power, then they queue and ask them to bless them. Just like this.
Eyomeko, ṣẹlẹ́rẹ́ bó ṣe pọ̀, ṣẹlẹ́rí èrò bó ṣe sùn lọ bí omi, ṣẹlẹ́rẹ́ bó ṣe pọ̀, Àǹtí Karina ló ń fún wọn lówó, ló ń fún wọn lóúnjẹ, Àǹtí Karina, first lady, ìyàwó gọ́vnọ̀, máànà, wẹ́rẹ́, lébọ̀wúdù, olólébọ̀wúdù tó kì í ṣe àmì, ó ṣe bí àmì, ó ṣe bí ọlọ́pàá, òun náà náyàn, yóò dákú sí ẹ lọ́wọ́, orí ẹ̀ tó pé yẹn, á pé mi ni máa mú ẹlẹ̀ fún ara mi. Ìyàwó gómìnà ló fún wa ló jẹ́ ń bí o, òun ló fún wa lówó o, yálà Hausa níwájú Ìkẹjà City Mall ṣe rí pé gómìnà ó ń ṣiṣẹ́, àwa táàní ó ń rántí wa, èmi kan gbowó mo gbóúnjẹ o, eré òdà mo wà ń bẹ̀ ń jọ yẹn o, ẹ bá gbọ́ voice tó lọ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ẹgẹ́ tì ń sìn, ẹ máa gbọ́ mo wà ń bẹ̀. Àwọn olùfẹ́ bòmí ń jọ yẹn, àwọn ọlọ́pàá yìí lọ dúró sí mi pé lẹ́gẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ sí mi kò tẹ́ bá ṣe tó ṣe bòmí nìyẹn o. So ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ gómìnà Lagos State, ọwọ́ ẹ máa ròkè o, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o, ẹ dojú tì mí o, my governor, ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ bá mi lọ bẹ Bímbọ́ àtàwọn ẹ bá mi bẹ Bímbọ́, ẹ bá mi bẹ.
Nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
But yeah, a lot of people have ended up like that. You just have to look out for where they are sharing food. And to them, that's a great, we are working so hard. We are giving people food. Yeah, we know that people are poor. We know that things are hard. What do you want us to do now? At least we are giving them food. Did you not see that video where the wife of the governor is giving a lot of people food? Did you not see it? So what else do you want them to do? Let us all kind of, let us appreciate them. Isn't that how they do? It is. And the same set of people, once they give them food, they still have to dwell in communities like this. Would you believe this is supposed to be an expressway? I'm talking about like motorway. Would you believe this happens to be, this is supposed to be the federal motorway somewhere in Auchi in Benin? Take a look.
This is Ekpoma Road. See Ekpoma Road. See Ekpoma Road. This is express road in Ekpoma. Express road. Benin Express Road in Ekpoma. Look at it. See road. Now see road. See road. This is Ekpoma Road. See Ekpoma.
Ekpoma Road, rather, not Auchi. But so people have to kind of like live in those areas, okay? Like just keep them food, like that's what really kind of matter now. And then Tifnumbu decided that he's going to construct a 700-kilometer coastal road. You know something about that? Nigeria has no money for coastal road, okay? They have no money for internal road, enough for it, no. Their roads are horrible and terrible. There's a road, very popular one, that could have been the most busy road in the entire Africa. It's called the East-West Road. It could have been more busier than the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, honestly. And it's almost like about 600 kilometers or 700 kilometers as well. They have abandoned that, okay? And Tifnumbu want to build another one. The one that they have no plan of completing for another 50 years. But Tifnumbu has awarded, Tifnumbu has awarded 44 kilometers of it, which is part of Lagos. The road is meant to go to Calabar by the, okay? So 44 kilometers, which is part of Lagos to Ogun border. Tifnumbu has awarded that for 1 trillion naira. I don't know how much it's going to be. How much is that per kilometer? Divide 1 trillion naira by 44. What do you get? Now, I am serious now because I'm going to read the comment, okay? Somebody should do it for me. If you divide 1 trillion naira by 44, that will give you the per kilometer. Okay? Please do it for me, please. I'm going to read the comment later, okay? I'll come back to that. So yes, Tifnumbu has awarded that, and a multi-million-dollar investment called the Landmark. Omo, you need to see that place. We'd have to go. They will destroy that and destroy all the businesses around it. Not because they have intention of constructing any road to Calabar. They just have to open a window where they can legitimately empty your treasury. I promise you. Here you get that kind of thing, right? Later, now them go come tell you, say, the project is going to take, well, they've told you already it's going to take 8 years anyway. That one is on the side. As long as there is food, let there be food. And there is food. Right? So let's go to the next one. This one is just news that we can say it is great that it is not fatal. Dana Air that skids off the runway in Lagos this afternoon or so, or this morning. Let me show you.
The guy just tried.
We're just lucky, just arrived this morning with the crash, Ghana Airline. Thank God. service just arrived.
Hello everyone, please, I need you to gather together, please. Please come together. Let's go that way. Please come along. Stop taking videos and please come. We need to do a head count quickly, please.
God, thank you. Thank you, God.
83 passengers escaped death today. Somebody's again, they only escaped death. The thing just skidded off the runway. You don't understand. Do you even understand the trauma? Do you think the plane just slowly and he just parked himself out of the main road, Abby? You don't understand that maybe something was supposed to have happened up there. Even if not just 1,000 feet. The epilepsy catch him. And they started doing like that. Instead of landing, the whole 83 people and the crew could die. That's how mad the aircraft is. I'm not joking. So yeah, they escaped death. And you could see some of them, like, thank God, oh, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. So, what's I could tell my family? Papa, you won't tell your family anything if you are dead. Imagine somebody who escaped plane crash and say, hey, thank you, God. Oh. Hey, what's I go tell my daughter? What would I tell my wife? That happened. Papa, you won't be here. Plane crash means you are gone. Now people go tell your wife. But we thank God that they were all alive. And then for those who are still flying in some of the flying coffins in Nigeria, Mokuna de read your Tabati Ada Bila Abi Wataba, Magino Ali Mowu among Kasaba, Sayasla, Bishina Sayasla non la Datala Abi, Abulabu. Anyway, let's leave that. So the prompting is that it could have been worse. But what would be worse? Is for anyone to think being locked up by the rogue government could actually be a good thing. Let me explain that. I have had people who believe that somehow Omoyele Sowore was a tool in the hands of the APC, Ebekebe, until they illegally detained him. Until his release, he's never really shared the story, but I found a clip where he was sharing his prison experience. Then he made reference to some of you, dear Yilokons, when Tifnubu said this.
Tí o bá sí àwa èmi tí ń dúró wájú yìí tí ń lérí ogun. Tini okay, Buhari nìṣó ká máa bá lọ. Kò lè di president. Ó ṣe kìíní olùlẹ̀. Ó ṣe kejì olùlẹ̀. Ó ṣe kẹta olùlẹ̀. Ó tiẹ̀ sunkún lórí tẹlifíṣàn. Pé láyé òun ò tún rán mọ́. Mo dẹ̀ lọ bá ń Kaduna wa rán ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀kún kọ́ lélẹ̀ àdúró tiẹ̀ wà á dẹ̀ wọlé. Nǹkan ní pé o ò ní fọ̀rọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá ṣeré. Ó dẹ̀ gbà.
Ó dẹ̀ gbà. Yorùbá ló kàn, èmi ló kàn. That later became what these Runukus, who decided that if you are opposed to Tifnumbu, then you are opposed to Yoruba. They escalated their bigotry, thinking Tifnumbu is Yoruba, and if Tifnumbu is president, Yorubas will probably enjoy or be maybe the life of the Yorubas will be better than the rest of Nigeria. They are now disappointed, and Sowore has some word for you, right? Including his experience in Bokuwari's detention, Bokuwari's gulag.
We have not rescued our country yet. So why the haste to write a book, a documentary, or a movie? We're not there yet because the guys who brought Nigeria to its knees are still in charge of Nigeria. It doesn't matter that they've changed their cultural looks. Because when Buhari was in power, everybody was wearing the Hausa hat. If you go to Abuja now, everybody's wearing Yoruba Pentigo. Because that is what is in vogue. And it's all about business as usual. Because the man who is in charge now said it's Yoruba, it's his own turn. He didn't say it's Yoruba's turn. But the Yorubas accidentally and mistakenly thought it was saying that it's their turn. Now the Yorubas are facing what we call a Nikon Lopa. Yes, not a Milocom anymore. And the rest of Nigeria are facing what they call renewed shaking, which is the opposite of renewed hope. So, having got to that point, we cannot be celebrating the end of a battle when the war is not over yet. But that's not the reason for us now to gather together and appreciate small victories. And one of these victories is that we can say to them that, well, we give you a middle finger. Yes, and we got away with it. But it's not the middle finger we want to give these guys. We want to give them the soccer punch. That is what Nigeria needs so that they will be completely dislocated. And I would say to you, because so many people want to ask me, what is detention like? There's nothing new about detention. Because I've been there before. But if you have never been to detention before, which was why I was advising my friend Olufaloye when he come to, if you haven't been there before, you don't want to go there. Yes. Because one of the things they will do to you is to destabilize you, and they want to disempower you, and they want you to beg for your rights. They want you to beg for the simplest thing. But for someone like me who is used to, I'm a repeat offender when it comes to Nigerian states, I didn't worry when they took away my phone. I was reading books. But someday, I found a way to smuggle in a phone. I was making phone calls. Even the day they wanted to release me, they made a call to me and said, they said they should release you. When they came to me and said, go and get your things, no, we want to see you downstairs. I said, I'm not in a hurry to go anywhere. He said, and when I came back again, I went and made another phone call. He said, what did you do to these people? They are wrong come. They say you don't want to leave. He came back and said, Mr. Sowore, if you don't go, we are going to force you. I said, no, tomorrow is Christmas. I want to spend it with you. Yes. It was because I was able to smuggle in a phone. And when I left, I discovered that the Nigerian states had over 160 DSS officers working on my case. 160 DSS officers. And when I met one of them, I said, Nigerian kids need 160 teachers. You didn't provide it to them. But you provided 160 officers just to punish a person who doesn't care about punishment. Because they transferred all of them after I left, accused of aiding me in smuggling these cell phones and all that. As I mentioned to you, the Nigerian state elevates and celebrates criminals. We were detained across from Boko Haram commanders. I've never seen anybody enjoy like these guys. They are beard. They have two combs that they were using in combing their beards. One of them had the audacity to tell me that while he's even there, he had access to women. And that he had a baby while he was there. And that he didn't like the woman anymore. He had to ask them to go and bring Boko Haram commander in detention. You were concerned. I was also, as you guys are aware, detained with Dasuki. Yes, not the same cell, but we used to meet on Saturdays to watch football. Dasuki is an Arsenal fan. That's why I told him that I think that's why you like punishment. And it's unbelievable that he was very sure that nothing will come out of his trial. In fact, by the time I met him, he doesn't go to court anymore. He says, Sowore, whenever they are tired, they will let me go. But that's not until he accused me of being the one who brought him to detention. I said, how? He said, it's the Harry Potters that brought me here. Good luck. Good news was that I was the one who also got him released from detention. Courtesy of the advocacy you all did with the Congress. But I must also thank the U.S. officials who stood up for us here. There was a senator now in trouble, Bob Menendez. He did fantastic. And a congressman, Josh, got hired. Even when I was leaving when I was about to get the visa, he was practically on the phone, calling to ensure that I was safe and on my way to the U.S. And there was a report that, contrary to what I heard, my wife did not burn my passport. Not because she didn't want to, but she can't find it. Yes. But I actually did not bring the passport to the house. I kept it with someone who took it to Rudolph's house.
That was him giving account to his New Jersey, New York, American loved ones who stood by them, the family, while he was illegally detained in Nigeria for 5 years. But he's not lying when he said they had about 160 DSS on his own case. He's not lying. There is a report. And also when he said they dissolved them, like they just had to let them go because Sowore no longer under their check and what have you anymore, so they can just go back to whatever position they were. It's not lying. There is a record that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that every time that you see him in that court, it actually costs, this is unbelievable, right? It costs Nigeria 500 million naira to provide security, to provide intelligence, to provide everything that before they will allow Nnamdi Kanu to come out of the DSS facility. That there are actually people that have been making a kill by just raising memo on that alone. Just raise the memo. Nnamdi Kanu is going to be taken to court tomorrow. So we're going to need 500 million naira. So, okay, yeah, go and submit that. There are people who are raising the memo and they are collecting their money. The day they will release Nnamdi Kanu, those ones too, they will be dissolved. God knows how many number of their DSS and every other thing that they put on his own case. I mean, you can just imagine it. At least Sowore is not asking to break up Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is. So he's not lying. All this wasteful wastage and all that, they are just part and parcel of what make Nigeria an underdeveloped third world country. Yeah. I'm talking about these characters, yeah. Atiku was recently at the guy who raised the alarm over the budget padding for 2024. Ningi. Remember Ningi? The guy they suspended for raising an alarm, the whistleblower, over the 2024 budget. Well, the guy was suspended for 3 months. So he's expected to be recalled back soon. For those who haven't seen Atiku for a while, well, he was seen at Ningi's place 2 days ago. And he had all this to say. Do you mind? No. Meanwhile, hang on. Let me ask you this. Be honest, okay? Number one, somebody has helped me when I asked that you should help me divide 1 trillion by 44. Somebody has told me that it is 22.2 billion or so. I mean, 22.3 billion. That means Tifnubu has awarded 1 trillion naira to Shaguri High-Tech to construct 44% of the 44 kilometer of the 700 kilometer Lagos Calabar coastal road. And this will be the portion from Lagos to Ogun State border for 1 trillion naira, 44 kilometer. And if you divide that, it is 22.2 or 22.3 billion naira per kilometer. How? Nigeria will make it. Like, let's forget it. Nigeria will make it. 22.3 billion naira per kilometer road. Let's go to Bauchi. Abi, where is that guy from again? Ningi?
So, Abdul Ningi, gentlemen and ladies, if they are, or ladies and gentlemen, most of us, Abdul, distinguished senator, are known to you here because